one for me. Again, I was trying to cram as much information in as I could prior to this, but I'm going to defer to your wisdom. Tell me about Phenom.
Well, Phenom, he's from Norway.
Yeah.
He's a Necalli player, very aggressive play style. He likes to pop that V-trigger early. He has countless of achievements, even though he's relatively young. Of course, I feel like his crowning achievement is just how many dunks he's placed on Daigo's head.
Right.
I mean, I don't think anyone has dunked Daigo as much as Phenom has.
I believe it was 5 command grabs in a row, but if you look at just the arrogance of a young player, maybe he didn't even know who Daigo was. Maybe he was unborn.
He definitely knew who Daigo was.
You don't go up to a legend, right, like a Michael Jordan of fighting games, and do a brazen loop of the command grab 5 times, just that disrespect, but he put his stamp on the map because of that. And as his name implies, he's a young Phenom.
Yeah, look, it's like how you had to do it in the Old West, right? The gunslingers had to go out and kill the other big names. It's how you make a name for yourself. Phenom doing that, but then also tell me about his opponent here, Chris Tatarian.
Chris T, actually, I love to support him because he's actually busy with school. So every time I try to get him to a tournament, he's always studying. He's like, no, I got to do a midterm. He also is involved in his fraternity, so still involved with that collegiate lifestyle. And when other people are going to, like, I don't know what, the drinking parties, he's actually practicing Street Fighter. So he's living that lifestyle.
I'm sure he gets to a drinking party.
I'm pretty sure he does as well.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
A really good kid.
There, look, chug.
There's tea in that.
Sure.
Look, the guy's getting ready, apparently. You can see he's had his G Fuel. He's getting all pumped up. So I'm going to get you predictions for this one then. Is the Phenom going to carry on making a name for himself?
Man, I'm from Southern California. Chris Tatarian is also from Southern California. He's kind of the local champion out there. I feel like even though he's had some success at other bigger tournaments, he really hasn't put his stamp out there on the international community. So this, I think, is a really great opportunity for him to start doing that here at E-League. So I'm going to go for Chris Tatarian in this match.
Okay, Chris Tatarian.
I like Phenom, nom. He's going to eat up Chris Tatarian once this match.
You've forgiven him for what he did to Daigo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right.
He made a god seem like a mortal. I can't believe the disrespect. Still very vivid in my mind.
But here we go. Phenom and Chris Tatarian battle of the youngins. Necalli and Ken. Finland versus US. And of course, Necalli going to be using those ground pounds to put up that V-trigger. See the walk down now with the standing medium kick.
I remember Phenom saying that his main character was Dictator, and now it just seems like he's exclusively going with Necalli. Haven't seen his Dictator in a long while now.
Yeah, I mean, he started with Dictator back in Street Fighter 4, back in 09. But Christy with the neutral jump, and we're in the corner. This is where Ken excels as well. Keep you out of there, though. And man, that heavy kick is -4. The light kick punch is just out of range for Chris there.
Yeah, just because you have the frame advantage doesn't mean you can punish. You need to be within range. Christy going to push out, going for the most corner carry.
No anti-air from Chris. And stomps on him. And man, Phenom, once he's in that V-trigger, you'll see a lot of crouching medium punch and a stomp. A lot of crouching medium kick and a stomp. Of course, crouching medium punch the better option, though. And Phenom going to start the second round with all of his meter intact.
Playing the neutral game. Necalli always wants to build up as much V-gauge from the ground pound so they can activate one of the few characters that for some reason has the V-trigger activation on for the duration of the entire match. It does not dissipate at all.
Right, and that can also be seen as a negative because he loses his ability to V-reversal once he activates that V-trigger.
Sneeze, we'll see, but it doesn't look like Chrissy is going to do it. There's the activation. Yeah,
On reaction.
Well, the activations pauses the screen for a few seconds, so to allow that fireball to stay in that middle of the screen with his hands outward extended. He was trapped in the fireball activation.
Oh, that was one.
Only dunked him once.
Here comes the trigger. That's unsafe, but wow. Still in there. No anti-airs from Chris T. That seems to be the story right now. Chris T giving Phenom a lot of free jumping attempts.
Wow,
my
it's gonna go for a
goodness.
tick throw. Great response from Chris T. You saw him go for that light jab. Thought he had another dunk on him, but Chris T just uppercutting his way out.
Step kick is blocked. 17 seconds. Time to come into factor here. And right now, it looks like Phenom just took the life lead.
Ooh, trying to meet him in the...
What an uppercut!
Yeah, that was only glancing. And
the
thunder
overhead.
kick.
Ooh. Thunder kick for Chris Tatarian with 8 seconds to go. Ties it up here in
Thunder
the first
kick.
game.
Ho!
I feel like people nowadays don't even know what Thundercats are anymore. You know, they're so young.
Thundercat is
Like these
what
two guys on stage, they probably never even heard of Thundercat.
Phenom's Necalli looks like a Thundercat when he activates with that crazy hair.
And Chris T with the hit confirm off that target combo.
Another Bigfoot into the stomps. Went for the air reset. I was curious.
Yeah, and Chris actually recognized.
What? They didn't patch that out? What is these anti-air jabs?
Only for Necalli.
A 3-frame anti-air jab. Think about that.
The big jump in, man, and Phenom's jump ins getting him so
good.
much mileage.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, and you know, Chris T, he hasn't really stopped them. It's the first game there for Phenom. Chris T, you know, he didn't look terrible in there, but he's letting Phenom in way too easily and giving him too much screen control. You're seeing a lot of the heavy kicks from Phenom just getting blocked. A lot of the early ground pounds, building that V-trigger early, that Chris T's basically letting happen. He's not challenging with neutral jumps or jumping at Phenom as well.
Fight.
So here we go into game 2 now. There's an anti-air. There we go. Christy's starting to wake up now. This is his first match of the day, maybe.
A lot of options for Ken to anti-air. He has that medium kick, also has the lower medium punch, of course, to go for the standard Shoryuken, but that medium kick allows him to run underneath and cancel into the V-skill to go for a 50-50 upon landing.
And there Christy had to jump out for a second, but Phenom throwing him right back in the corner. Wake up Tatsu, 3 frames. Hello. And again, no anti-air from Chris.
Oh, good jump in. A little too far.
Big roundhouse pops the trigger. Thunder. No conversion.
He's standing? Is that why they missed the conversion? Interesting. After that thunder kick, you can, of course, cancel the Tatsu if it's a crouching opponent. Not sure what happened there. It was a late cancel. Of course, Phenom smiling in your upper left corner. He knows he got out of a sticky situation.
And just like that, it's going to be set point for Phenom. Both players sitting on full meter. Christy with the
There you go. That's another move in the anti-air repertoire of Ken. Able, again, that one too, also able to cancel into the run.
That crouching fierce. And man, Phenom just walking Chris backward into that corner.
No anti-air there.
Yeah, but he spends the V-Mare release, gets the V-reversal, gets some damage off it. And again, charge combo paying off for Chris T. Thunder kick blocked this time.
Good block, but of course he's safe. So the trade-off is that it's an extremely long windup. He walks halfway across the screen in order to do that overhead kick. But once you land it, you can either get a clean combo or block. You're relatively safe.
And there's the uppercut anti-air.
He's used every anti-air, but of course Phenom just needs one button to anti-air.
That's gonna do it. Phenom with the critical art over Chris Tatarian.
It's a hole in his heart.
2-0. Ouch.
Yeah, what can you say about that one? Just a ridiculously easy victory there for Phenom. And, you know, made your boy Chris T look a bit ordinary there, Rip.
He definitely did. I mean, it looked like he wasn't awake yet. It looked like he looked like he started waking up, honestly, in that final round. You know, when he got the anti-air and the uppercut, with the uppercut, I should say.